You're welcome back to the AM show, but of course, this is the AM news brought to you by myself, Noella Karaniali. Now, September 2 is just around the corner. Akwatia will once again be the eye of the nation. The town returns to the polls to choose a new MP after the sudden death of the NPP's Ernest Kumi. Already, police are anticipating heightened tension and have deployed personnel to keep the peace. In just 9 days, residents will have the chance to vote again. But what exactly is at stake? There's more on the following report.
1996, Akwatia's parliamentary seat has been a political battlefield. 4 wins for the NPP, 3 for the NDC. In the last election, Ernest Kumi scraped through with just over 2,000 votes for the NPP. But what should have been a routine declaration turned into hours of delays, heated disputes, and bitter accusations. The NDC still insists they were the real winners.
That result is neither here nor there. It's completely rejected. It will be treated with contempt, and we don't consider Akwatia completed.
Now, the contest is back on. Lawyer Bernard Bediaku Beidu is leading the NDC's charge, while the NPP is banking on Solomon Kwame Esumedu. But the stakes are higher this time. For the NDC, victory will secure an unprecedented 2/3 majority. For the NPP, defeat would cut deeper into their already fragile 88 seats in parliament. The ground is tense.
Saying is that for the new patriotic party, we are going to protect ourselves.
600 police officers have been deployed.
They are going to soften the ground. We want to assure you that the police will deal decisively with those people. And I think their cowards, they cannot come.
With more than 52,000 voters set to decide, this by-election is shaping up to be far more than just a local contest. It is a fight for pride, power, and political survival. For the NDC, the aim is to win.
They won NDC. NPP, look, when you are looking at the dissent, it tells you that something is wrong with the NPP in that constituency.
For the NPP, the mission is not to lose.
If you take the budget of the NDC for 2025, there is no any plan for the good people of Akwatia.
For Joy News, Michael Ashali.
Now, former Vice President and 2024 presidential candidate of the NPP, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, has pushed back against what he describes as tribal politics targeted at him and his wife, Samira Bawumia. Now, speaking at the 30th anniversary celebration of the NPP's USA chapter, Dr. Bawumia questioned why his northern roots have suddenly become an issue now that he has sought the party's flag bearership. Now, the former vice president lamented that some presidential aspirants and their supporters have resorted to tribal and religious narratives as campaign tools against his ambition. He stressed that such divisions threaten the party's unity and could derail its chances in future elections.
As we prepare to go into the primaries, I am very, very concerned and troubled that some of our presidential aspirants have embarked on a religious and tribal bigotry and propaganda against me in a desperate attempt to win votes. They totally ignore all the data and findings about why we lost the 2024 elections and want to mislead the delegates and the party with such propaganda. The one such issue that has come up, and I think it's important for all of us to know, is the Mamprosi-Kusasi conflict. An aspirant has said that delegates should not vote for me because I am a Mamprosi man, and that we will lose votes in the Kusasi areas and other areas. This is very unfortunate and demonstrates a complete lack of understanding of the situation on the ground.
Now, this is what triggered a response from Dr. Bawumia. Now, Abetifi MP Brian Techiman was captured in a video accusing the former vice president of being the reason the NPP lost woefully in Boko. The former Greek minister said the party lost in Boko because he is a Mamprisi.
President Kufuano, winning MPP vote winning MPP vote President Kufuor, winning MPP vote and winning MPP vote and this answer for quality rank of me. I am a Fabaku and Yapa. And in 2024, apart from a point, a free OT. Ediko upper east, upper west, and northern, upper western region. The Lucy is a woman. It's only power. And if you are a victim of circumstances, it's not your fault. I may not know anything. But we cannot wait. This situation, we have one price on him, which we have solved in 2028. But the suspicion will not go away. And MPP will not be held ransom and stay in the position because of this matter.
Away from that, the Human Resource Manager of the National Youth Authority, Daniel J. Okai, has disclosed that although the program has received over 115,000 applications since its launch in April 2025, the pilot phase will accommodate just 10,000 beneficiaries from all 16 regions of Ghana. Now, speaking at the closing ceremony of the 3-day matriculation for trainees, Mr. Okai emphasized that participants will undergo training in 9 priority trade areas, which strategically equips young people with skills that drive Ghana's socio-economic development.
The matriculation for trainees under the National Youth Apprenticeship Program in the Central Region has officially ended. The 3-day event projected that more than 15,000 youth in the region are expected to participate in the program. Daniel J. Okai, the Deputy Human Resource Manager at the National Youth Authority, shared that the program has received over 115,000 applications since its official launch in April 2025.
Since the launch of the program in Tamale on 30th April 2025, over 115,000 applications have been received by the Secretariat. In this pilot phase, however, the program targets 10,000 beneficiaries from all of 16 regions of Ghana in phases. These beneficiaries will be trained across 9 priority trade areas, identified through labor market analysis and stakeholder consultation. Together, these trade areas cover both traditional and modern sectors of our economy, ensuring that no region and no talent pool is left behind. Let me also assure all applicants who have not yet been shortlisted that there is no need to reapply. Your applications are still valid and you'll be onboarded into the program as the skills up and as more MCPs are accredited and enrolled into the national pool of training providers.
The Cape Coast Mayor, George Justice Arthur, acknowledged the novel nature of the program scale.
The scale of this program is unprecedented in Ghana's apprenticeship history. For the first time, beneficiaries are not only being matched to certified master craft persons and training providers, but are also guaranteed personal protective equipment, learning tools at the beginning of their training, and startup toolkits, and continuous mentorship at the end of their training, enabling them to transition smoothly into self-employment and small enterprise development. To our apprentices, I urge you to commit to this journey wholeheartedly. Each of you represents a seed of potential.
The Central Regional Coordinator of the National Apprenticeship Program, Ebenezer Abeku Essien, urged the master craftspersons to support their apprentices.
I would like to encourage all master craftspersons to mentor and support their apprentices. This program will be closely monitored and ensure that it delivers development and all expectations. The master craft person has been advised not to use the apprentices as laborers, but rather to impart knowledge and provide proper training for the beneficiaries.
From Cape Coast, Abigail Olisel and Kuma reports for Joy News.
Now, management of the National Apprenticeship Program has commenced a rollout system to provide decent, employable and entrepreneurial skills to 10,000 Guinean youth. Now, Mukramatu Ahmed, the Deputy National Coordinator for the National Apprenticeship Program, indicated this at the Ahafu Regional Matriculation and Induction Ceremony for the pioneer beneficiaries of the program in Gorso over the weekend. Ahafu Regional Correspondent Emmanuel Edujemfi has more.
For the first time in the history of our country, Ghana is witnessing a true comprehensive national apprenticeship program. For the first time, government is not only absorbing the full cost of training fees, but also providing workplace insurance for all beneficiaries, monthly stipend to ease their burdens, personal protective equipment to ensure their safety, and startup kits to guarantee that they leave training ready to work or start their own business.
Over 115 applications have been received by the Secretariat. However, in the pilot phase, the program targets 10,000 beneficiaries from all 14 regions of Ghana in phases. Mrs. Mukramatu Ahmed sounded the word of caution to beneficiaries and trainers.
Any apprentice who deliberately abandoned the program midway will not only fortify the opportunity, that will also place a financial burden on the guarantors, who will be required to refund the cost of investments made on their behalf to the states. To our mastercraft persons and training providers, you are entrusted with shaping the skills and attitude of our apprentice. We expect you to uphold the highest standard of professionalism, fairness, and discipline.
These beneficiaries will be trained across 9 priority trade areas identified through labor market analysis and stakeholder consultation. Charles Gardner, the Ahafo Regional Minister, is optimistic that the program will empower young women in Ghana.
We cannot get some clients as always and do a ya, Bemano, or the power or Junu, Sunset, we are material be our own Yabro. There's a one issue now and what we shall for or be found no one be no say Jaio. The person on fire boy be no Jayana. And today I know see I was at the idea of opportunity, ye, said the Bayer or mobile, motor near Suyato.
Alaji Collins Dauda said the program is prioritized to become an impulse substitution initiative.
Near Honey, any better future, maybe. Niamoko Totono, you don't want more. I have be a honor. Maybe I never will help you solve a pacoto. Then you baby or Ghana. Maybe my home. Maybe that could be also called a very soft. Now I can give you some more. That's actually made in Ghana.
Away from that, the Techiman North District is set to unlock a new stream of income and create hundreds of jobs with the launch of a multi-food processing factory. The project, spearheaded by the Minister of Trade and local MP Elizabeth Ofosu-Ejare, will primarily utilize the previously discarded cashew apple, transforming it into valuable products for the market. And Asabit has more.
For generations, the people of Techiman North have lived off the cashew nut. But for every nut harvested, a juicy vitamin-rich cashew apple was left to rot, a symbol of wasted potential. That is until now, as this considered waste is now seen as a golden opportunity, with a new factory set to transform the local economy by harvesting the power of the forgotten cashew apple. Member of Parliament for the area and Minister for Trade, Elizabeth Ofosu-Ejare, believe this will enhance the livelihoods of the people here.
As MP for Techiman North, one of the biggest things we do here is the production of cashew nuts. but we only harvest the nut and throw away the cashew apple. It's also of value, medicinal value. It's also good for refreshment. And so I've always been thinking of how I'll process the cashew apple so that we can have value extension for our cashew. And so today I'm here to cut a sword for the construction of a factory to process cashew apple. And I'm hoping to finish this early enough for the next season. And so I hope that this will be good. It's going to create jobs for our youth. It's also going to give more money to our farmers because hitherto they're throwing away the cashew apple, but now they are going to buy it.
The factory's model is designed for sustainability, processing cashew apples during the main season and pivoting to other locally grown fruits like watermelon during the off-season. This promises a stable income stream and a massive boost to the local economy. A smart move that has the entire community excited.
The original fruit that we've decided to process is cashew apple, but we will tweak the machine so that in lean season we can process other fruits like watermelon. And so we want to make sure that it's running around the clock. Another 24-hour economy, another resetting agenda, another job for our people.
Oheniba Jumo Ampemdakon is the uncle behind here. He says the community is ready to give its utmost support to the project and called on other investors to take advantage of the available lands in the area for similar developmental projects.
Today, in fact, we are very happy to have such an occasion like this. And we know that this project will create a job for the youth, the community around us. As I mentioned earlier, the youth are around. So in terms of any activity that they would need, we will try to bring the boys in to come and support the project.
But perhaps the greatest excitement is amongst the youth who see this as a direct path to financial empowerment and a reason to stay and build their futures right here at home. We were excited when we heard about this new cashew factory. It will help us in diverse ways financially, and it will also help the youth in getting jobs to do. And so this is the time we will have to increase our effort in our farming businesses. From a symbol of waste to a beacon of economic hope, this factory promises to not only process fruit, but to process the very future of Techiman North, turning potential into prosperity, one cashew apple at a time. Anna Sabit, Joy News, Tanobuase.
And that's it for the first part of the news. But of course, Samuel Kojubrace has got some updates in the world of business. Stay tuned in.
The first story now, and the trading community has called on government to enhance security, especially at night, as the 24-hour economy takes off smoothly at the country's ports. According to the public relations officer of the Ghana Union Association, the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, Joseph Paddy, although they welcomed the initiative, issues about security and road infrastructure are of great concern to them, which ought to be looked at to ensure seamless operations at the ports. Mr. Paddy spoke to Joy Business.
Before this announcement, we had a meeting with the Brigadier General when he made his intention clear to us that he want to make the Techiman port 24-hour. We agreed, which was a welcome news, but there were some few questions we were asking, and they said some of the questions were like, are the other agencies on board? Are they also coming to be on board, especially with the banks, with our standard authority, and then the EPA, where some products need to go through those systems? And he gave us that assurance that is going to bring all of them on board. And if they have announced, why we welcome this idea is that, in trade facilitation, we talk about cost of doing business, and we talk about ease of doing business, and we talk about time of doing business. We talk about time of doing business. These are all the components that facilitate trade. So when the Commissioner General promises that they're going to make a 24-hour economy to the port, we all welcomed it. But some of the questions we're asking is that we're looking at security. How secure is the environment as we trade in the night? And we're looking about our lighting system, when street light. When you are traveling from Tema to Accra, You look at the motorway, how dark the place is. So these are some of the few things we're asking. And then we also spoke about the road from the port to Techiman. And recent time, we've seen that that road has been fixed by the Brigadier General. The road that the runabout that leads to the port, they've tarred the road, which we think he's doing very well. So we welcome this idea as it's coming on board, and we'll patronize it based on the few things that we see. If we are sure of our security in the night, why not? We're going to patronize it because it's going to give ease of doing business and the timing of doing business to be adhered to. So these are some of the few things we buy. It's a good news and it's a welcome news. We see how it works.
Away from that, government has reiterated its commitment to driving digital transformation as a catalyst for business growth and continental integration. Deputy Minister for Communication, Digital Technology and Innovations, Mohamed Adam Suparu, emphasized that Ghana's ability to thrive under the African Continental Free Trade Area (AfTA) will depend on harnessing digital technology, fostering innovation, and strengthening partnerships. He made the remarks at the official launch of Rosebank University College in Ghana.
Era defined by digital transformation, where the future belongs to those who can harness technology to create solutions for pressing social and economic challenges. RIUC is uniquely positioned to contribute to this vision by focusing on cutting-edge research, digital innovation, and practical skills development. The university will serve as a hub where bright minds are nurtured to become the innovators, entrepreneurs, and leaders of tomorrow. Technology, innovation, and human capital. Our ministry firmly believes that technology is the great equalizer. It breaks barriers, connects people, and creates opportunities.
And that's it for the AM News. Up next is AM Sports. You stay.